And welcome back to an episode of the Guns Book Club in the Book Club. Yay! And today, guys, an extremely special episode because today, guys, we are on episode number. That's right, 471. And today, we have the privilege to continue our journey with influence of psychology of persuasion about the Canadian page 191, 193. So let's go. The customer's disappointment registers unmistakably because of its lost availability. The price jumps suddenly in attractiveness. Typically, one of the customers asks if there is any chance that an unanswered model still exists in the store's backroom, warehouse, or other location. Well, the salesperson allows. That is possible, and I would be willing to check. But I understand that this is the model you want, and if I can get it from you at this price, you will take it? Therein lies the beauty of the technique. In accordance with the scarcity principle, the customers are asked to commit to buying the appliance when it looks least available, and therefore most desirable. Many customers do agree to a purchase at this singularly vulnerable time. Thus, when the salesperson invariably returns with the news that an additional supply of the appliance has been found, he is also with a pen and sells a contract in hand. The information that the desired model is in good supply may actually make some customers find it less attractive again. While by then, the business transactions has progressed too far for most people to manage. The purchase decision made and committed to publicly at an earlier crucial point still holds. The buy. Related to the limited number technique is the deadline tactic, in which some official time limit is placed on the customer's opportunity to get what the compliance professional is offering. Much like my experience with the Mormon temple designer Sanctum, people frequently find themselves doing what they wouldn't particularly care to do, simply because the time to do so is shrinking. The adept merchandiser makes this tendency pay off by managing and publicizing customer deadlines. Witness the coverage of such newspaper ads in Figure 7 frame that generate interest where none might have excited before. Constructed instances of this approach often occur in movie advertising. In fact, I recently noticed that one theater owner with remarkable singleness of purpose had managed to invoke the scarcity principle 3 separate times in just 5 words that read: exclusive limited engagement and soon. Sweden by Peter Kerr, New York Times. New York, Daniel Govan doesn't remember how his life-saving disappeared. He remembers the smooth voice of a salesperson on the telephone. He remembers dreaming of a fortune in oil and silver futures. But to this day, the 81-year-old retired utility worker does not understand how swindlers convinced him to part with $18,000. I just wanted to better my life in my waving days, said Gulban, a resident of Old Fla. But when I found out the truth, I couldn't eat or sleep. I lost 30 pounds. I still can't believe I would do anything like that. Gulban was a victim of a what law enforcement officials called a border room operation. A ruse that often involves dozens of fast-talking telephone salesmen crammed into a small room where they call thousands of customers each day. The companies snare hundreds of millions of dollars each year from unsuspecting customers, according to a U.S. Senate subcommittee on investigations, which issued a report on the subject last year. They used an impressive Wall Street address, lies and deception to get individuals to sink their money into various glamorous sounding schemes, said Robert Abrams. The New York State Attorney General was pursued more than a dozen ballroom cases in the past 4 years. The victims are sometimes persuaded to invest the saving of a lifetime. Overseas Jamie Ali, the New York Assistant Attorney General in charge of the Bureau of Investor Protection and Securities, says the companies often operate in 3 stages. First, Ali said, comes the opening call, in which a salesman identifies himself as representing a company with an impressive sounding name and address. He will simply ask the potential customer to receive the company's literature. A second call involves a sales pitch, Miami said. The salesman first describes the great profits to be made, and then tells the customer that it is no longer possible to invest. The third call gives the customer a chance to get in on the deal, he said, and is offered with a great deal of urgency. The idea is to dangle a carrot in front of the buyer's face and then take it away, Miali said. The aim is to get someone to want to buy quickly without thinking too much about it. Sometimes, Miali said, the salesman will be out of breath on the field call and will tell the customer that he just came off the trading floor. Such tactics convinced Gulban to part with his life saving. In 1979, a stranger called him repeatedly and convinced Gulban to wire $1,756 to New York to purchase silver. Gulban said. After another series of telephone calls, the salesman encouraged Gulban into buying more than $6,000 for crude oil. Eventually, wired an additional $9,740, but his profits never arrived. My heart sank on record. I was not greedy. I just hoped I would see better days. Probably never capped his loss. Figure 272. The scarcity came. Note how the scarcity principle was employed during the second and the third phone calls to cause Mr. Goblin to buy quickly without thinking too much about it. Click blow. Better clear the New York Times. A variant of the deadline tactics is much favored by some face-to-face high-pressure sellers because it carries the purest form of decision deadline. Right now, customers are often told that unless they make an immediate decision to buy, they will have to purchase the item at a higher price, or they will be unable to purchase it at all. A prospective health club member or automobile buyer might learn that the deal offered by the salesperson is good only for that one time. Should the customer leave the premises, the deal is off. One child portrait photography company urges parents to buy as many poses and copies as they can afford because Stalking limitations force us to burn the unsold pictures of your children within 24 hours. A door-to-door magazine solicitor might say that sales people are in the customer's area for just a day. After that, they and the customer's chance to buy the magazine package will be long gone. היום vacuum cleaner operation infiltrated instructed its sales trainers to claim, I have so many other people to see that I have the time to visit a family only once. Its company policy is that even if you decide later that you want this machine, I can't come back and sell it to you. This, of course, is nonsense. The company and its representatives are in the business of making sales, and any customer who called on another visit will be compensated gladly. As the company sales manager impressed on its trainers, the true purpose of the can't come back claim has nothing to do with reducing overburdened sales schedules. It is to keep the prospects from taking the time to think the deal over by scamming them into believing they can't have it later, which makes them want it now. Guys, guess what? This is the end of the episode. So guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate the fact that you chose to invest time for me, and I can't wait to see you on tomorrow's episode of the Guns Book in the Bone. Like a book, man. Please have a good time. Take care of yourself, and as always, watch yourself, and bye-bye.